Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Sheila Beaver coming to you with a review of Basketball Wives Season 1, Episode 1. It says, Welcome to Orlando. All right, y'all. I Basketball Wives can be very repetitive when it comes to each franchise. So I was like, well, being that I do YouTube and I do follow Neek because I've been following her for years. Even though I'm older than her, I still always followed her because I thought that she was very entertaining when she was with her boyfriend and they broke up. Then when she got with the basketball player Dwayne. So I was like, well, let me, watch Basketball Wives Orlando just because she was on there because I wanted to see how she was going to do. And yeah, so that's one of the main reasons why I am reviewing Basketball Wives Orlando. So please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe if you are new here. And if you get anything out of my commentary, look, I am a small growing community and I do want you to be a part of my growing community. All right, so let's get into this episode of Basketball Wives Orlando. Now, this is not going to be detailed. This is going to be pretty much an overview of what's going on. And yeah, so it starts off with Megan James. She is back in Orlando. She has a boyfriend over there. Y'all know that she's pregnant, right? So, did she have a baby? Or is she still pregnant? I really don't know. But she's there. She meets with Shawnee because she wants to, the whole system. They want to get a new group of girls that she knows, some she don't know, so she can have her own little, friendship group to hang out with, do brunches with around Orlando. She gets with Shawnee. Shawnee tells her about a few people and then she knows some people, so she's going to get the collective together. But what happened is, because I do watch Neek, her name is Life is Neek, so because I do watch Neek said that they had did the pilot last summer. That's why everybody is always reverting back to last summer, because that was the original pilot. But they didn't pick up until this go around. So they're doing a lot of flashbacks because of the pilot. Yeah, so the girls have met before, because I had saw some comments like, how they going, this is supposed to be their first, but they did a pilot. So they're reflecting from the original pilot and the confrontation that happened. So anyway, Shani tells her about the girls. They get together. Megan James says she wants to do this whole brunch. Now we start to introduce the cast. They first start off with a girl named Ashley. Ashley looked like she had lost a lot of weight. Because reflecting back on that pilot, she didn't. I was like, is that the same girl? But anyway, she's married. She has kids. I really don't remember what her husband's name is, but he was real tall. So yeah, and apparently Ashley and Morgan, which is another girl, they're into it. Morgan had a ex-husband, Bledsoe. His last name was Bledsoe. They have like 3 kids together. And yeah, apparently because they are now divorced, Ashley is still being in contact with her husband, and apparently she's bringing other girls and stuff around her ex-husband, or I guess when they were married at the time, Ashley was bringing girls around her husband so he could cheat with them. So that's the dynamic between those two. And now they have this whole big brunch. They're introducing Neek. I was like, okay, Neek looking like a big stallion. And y'all, her body is real. I think she did just get her breast done. But child, that them thighs and that butt, that's all hers, honey. You can tell. So her and Morgan are good friends. And Neek is like, Neek is her boyfriend is Dwayne Bacon, and he played for Orlando, but now he plays overseas. And Dwayne Bacon has a baby mama that's on the show named Mackenzie. So they started off on a rocky road, but now they're pretty much doing fine at this point. Everybody is it's co-parenting well, because now Neek and Dwayne have a podcast and they brought all of them on the show. So that's how I know so much, because like I said, I follow Neek or whatever. So Neek, she just like, look, I'm just here. I ain't in nobody mess. If it ain't got nothing to do with me, you know what I'm saying, I ain't in it. But I'm gonna give me a good kiki. All right. So now you have this big blow up because apparently at this brunch, Ashley brought one of her friends that doesn't know anybody. Ashley's friend was sitting over there mean mugging Morgan. Morgan gets up because apparently Morgan had a few drinks. So Morgan gets up and asking Ashley's friend, why are you staring at me? Why are you staring at me? And then the friend said that I'm a friend of Ashley's and that's why it makes sense. And then Ashley and Morgan, Morgan was putting her hands in Ashley's face, and child, Morgan got a chip on her shoulder. I guess. I mean, if somebody bringing women around my man so they can sleep together, I guess I feel some type of way too. But anyway, but Ashley is very defensive. I mean, it is what it is. So they have this whole big blow up, and Morgan ends up leaving. Then they introduce Milan because Milan and Nick are actual friends, and Milan was dating somebody named some other tall man, Moy, whatever his name is, in the NBA. And she actually, I think she played basketball in college. So, and she's an influencer as well. Milan is. But y'all, you know, Milan, there was this whole big thing between Milan and Nick because they said that Nick was trying to get with Milan's boyfriend, and that wasn't even true. It was just a bunch of mess, but they're still back friends regardless of all of that. So now Morgan, Nick, and Milan, they're all and Milan butt looks funny. It looked funny. But anyway, so they're having like this whole session, and Morgan's thing is I'm gonna have another gathering because she she don't like Ashley, and she trying to see what's going on with Ashley and the reason why she, moving like she moving. All right, that's pretty much that. Okay, now as I stated earlier, um Nick and this is Mackenzie. They share Dwayne Bacon because that's Nick's boyfriend and Dwayne's baby mama. And they actually live 3 houses down from each other. They live in like this condo place. And so they're like 3 houses down. So apparently she was taking the kid over to see the daddy. And Mackenzie, she said she wanted to talk to Nick. And the thing between them two in the beginning, apparently because they talked about it on the podcast. Apparently, Mackenzie and Dwayne, they were together and they broke up. And so that's when he started to talk to Nick. But then there's this gray area between Dwayne and Mackenzie, and they kind of started back talking a little bit, but it wasn't stamped and approved. It was like they were trying to work it out, but they wasn't at the same time. And so when they broke up, Nick was in the picture. And then when they tried to work it out, Nick wasn't in the picture. And then they broke up again, which is Mackenzie and Dwayne. And then Nick came back in the picture. So it makes it kind of seem as if Dwayne was cheating on Mackenzie with Nick, when in actuality, she wasn't. She was there, she wasn't there, then she came back. And now they're still together. And they talk about it on the podcast. So now they're at a place where they're trying to have a good co-parenting system because Dwayne felt like Mackenzie was keeping the kids away from Dwayne because she was dating Nick. He was dating Nick. I was like, okay, so she was one of them bitter baby mamas. And they do talk about it. So, yeah. And then she was calling Nick ugly and all that stuff. So it was a bunch of mess. But now they're on a common ground. They're just trying to move past it. All right, so now everybody is at the brunch. And this is the actual sit down. Now, there is some new girl there. I really didn't catch her name. She had the red ponytail. And Megan was going to bring up the issue between Mackenzie and somebody else, but the girl with the red hair ended up bringing up the fact that Megan actually dated Morgan's ex-husband. But Megan was like, yeah, we dated. We didn't do nothing. It wasn't no sex involved. It wasn't anything. She didn't even know about the girl. So it is what it is. And Megan was like, that girl was being messy because Megan said she was actually going to sit down with Morgan and tell her about it. She didn't want to throw it up in front of this quote unquote friend group. And Morgan didn't get upset. She said she already knew because it came out in the divorce. She said the main thing that she is concerned about is Ashley, and why Ashley was, again, bringing these different people around her ex-husband while they were married. Milan steps in the picture and she's just like, yes, she was doing that because I was there. Mackenzie is actually friends with Ashley. Matter of fact, she's the only person at that table that's friends with Ashley. So Mackenzie said, well, I don't feel comfortable y'all talking about Ashley and I'm here. I'm just going to remove myself from the table. But Morgan said, no, you can sit right there because when Ashley is talking about me, you don't remove yourself. So you can sit right there and you can take all this in. And Mackenzie was just like, well, I don't feel comfortable with this. I really don't like to talk about it, but I'm just going to drink my water. And Morgan was like, yep, you drink your water. You drink your water. And so another issue that comes out, because that's when Megan says nobody knew that his name, that I think his name was Eric. Yeah. That Eric, which is Morgan's ex-husband, Eric Bledsoe, which is Morgan's ex-husband, nobody knew that Megan and Eric were dating. The only people that pretty much knew that was them two, but come to find out, Eric and Ashley talk on the phone all the time. So they like Kiki and Ashley married. So they like, what man is going to let they woman, they wife talk to another man all day? And so that's how they feel that Mackenzie got that information, because that girl with the ponytail ended up coming with Mackenzie. Y'all, it's a bunch of he say, she did, he did, they did at a sit down eating brunch. Anyway, so I hope y'all got that and I hope I didn't confuse y'all. But right now, don't nobody like Ashley because Ashley's starting stuff. Child, Ashley Ashley is the reason why they got beef. This whole conflict is Ashley. I mean, I guess it's good for the show. So now, after all of that settled, oh, mind you, Morgan did say she knew all of that because everything came out in the divorce. Okay, so all of that's out on the table. Now there's this big sit down between Ashley and Morgan. All right. So they have a sit down. They talk about Eric. They talk about, how she was introducing him to all these different women. She said she wasn't doing that. It was just a whole back and forth. And Morgan really wasn't trying to really hear her. She was just kind of coming at her. And Ashley was like, well, I'm not about to sit up here and talk to this girl that clearly doesn't want to listen to what I got to say. They get up. She said that she put the girl in timeout because she want to act like a kid. They go to the car, and then the whole back and forth about you put my kids in jeopardy, my marriage, all of this stuff because of what she did behind the scenes. So that's the contention at this point, and then it went off. So that was just that was an overview of Basketball Wives. Welcome to Orlando. What I thought about this, I thought it was okay. I mean, I'm not going to say it was boring, but it's almost like once you've seen something over and over and over again, it just kind of looks like, okay, yeah, we're going to see where it goes. I am interested that we do have new people that I haven't seen before and how they're going to gel. But overall, I think the season may be relatively fine. But I mean, it's unfolding. I'm just going to still watch it because, like I said, I like my girl. I like Nick. She don't know me, but I watched her on YouTube. I've been watching her for years. So I was just happy to see that she was on this show. And yeah, so if y'all like this, then I'll continue to review it and see what's going on with it. But other than that, it's just like every other Basketball Wives. It's just new people and younger people. Yeah, so anyway, it is what it is, y'all. This is Sheila. Be like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you think about this Basketball Wives Orlando. And bye.